Okay, so today we're at a stage where basically this could be the last episode because we've been on life support from the free champions for the most part, but at least we had a few left that you start with, like one of the healers and something. Now I think we have none, so it's just which ones are free happen to be the ones I can play, and I do have that final reserve of currency, like of 100,000 gold, whatever we've earned over the course of the series, which I'm obviously allowed to use that to buy a few to fill in the holes, but I'd rather not do that. So like we only have a few characters left to play in each category, and so at least some of them have to be free. Valor's End update, I don't really care too much about this, but clearly there was some imbalanced element that was causing us to lose, so now that won't be there, so now we'll win every game. At least we get a different UI change. So this might have been the first update we've seen since I started playing. I guess we saw Omen was maybe just released when I did start the series. So we're level 22, but we'll never unlock ranked because, you know, whatever, just you have to have like 18 champions, which of course I'm never going to do. This stuff doesn't give you nearly enough gold, so sometimes I've just ignored it, but, you know, just somehow watch one. Wait, what? Watch one free reward. Heal a total of 100,000. These aren't really giving you meaningful enough amounts, but the point is I calculated it out, and it would have cost me like 400,000 gold to buy every champion, like whatever left that I have left to play. So some of them I have to hope and pray are actually going to be free, because there's got to be some rule. Like every episode of this goes on for at least an hour. So if I can't fill in an hour of space with the free ones that we have, or the ones that I buy, right, with what I've earned over the course of this, obviously not like we're buying it with money, we're not allowed to do that either, then the series is just over. So if we have like only one hero to play, right, and we lose the first game, then it is actually over. It can't just be that I keep stalling it out till the end. I have to last at least some amount of time. We get this guy and we get that. So we have two characters, and again, we have the backup of the gold, but this is how I have to treat it. We have to last an hour. I'll just stall in the intro and fucking be even longer and slower than normal. Just like how I was doing in Deliver Us the Moon. Like the whole fucking episode was just me doing the tutorial before you even get to the moon. But I like the part where they say deliver us the moon and they fucking send it in an Amazon shipment. Haha. But basically these two characters have to last us a full fucking hour, which isn't even that long. But you see how we could cheese it, right? Like, oh, we lose as those two, and then the next episode we come back and lose as the next two. Like, you can't really fail when you're cheesing it this bad, and when you're kind of like, you know, when the free ones are so generous. But at some point, we are going to, you know, we only have 4 damage characters left. We only have 3 of the flank characters left. So you're not guaranteed to be able to play every single one, right? That's the sad part, but I've been pretty fortunate. Like, I didn't even deserve to get this far, considering how shitty I played. You have 5 tanks after this one. But, like, why can't I last? Like, let me last, like, 5 episodes with the same guy. Right, go on a 20-game win streak. This is all I've wanted from this play. Like, you would think at least one character out of the entire gauntlet of the game, right, of this format, I would go on a good streak with. But I've not won more than 4 or 5 games with any of them. Same thing happened in Overwatch, so I take full blame for that. Obviously, even if you think, oh, it's team-based and this and that, that can help you as much as it hurts you. So there is nobody else here. Imani's been free just for life, dude. You may as well just get rid of that symbol and just say everybody just has her, because why is that the case? Maybe if you get them to a certain mastery level, they just let you keep it. Yeah, if you do the math here, like this alone would cost you like 30. So that would really only keep me on life support for 1 episode, considering how short I lasted some of these. We did get a chance to play Omen, which was kind of cool, but it didn't last too long either. It made it seem like Imani's my best streak, but I don't think I won that many games with her. Somehow we got to mastery level 8, though, in the course of only like 2 games, whereas a lot of these other characters have played just as many, if not more. Bomb King was the first one we ever played, I think. Yeah, basically we're at the end game here. If I fuck up a couple more games, that's pretty much it, dude. Or the requirement should be you at least have to win a couple games. You know, you have to win at least 1 game with each champion, or it should end right there. Or there should be some rule that prevents you from just saying, oh, we'll just do the next episode and see who's free then. But again, what if there was nobody free, right? Then I would have been forced to buy somebody. Or like that should at least be the rule. You have to play at least as 2 champions every time. So if there weren't 2 that were free, then I would have to buy them. And if I couldn't buy them, then it would be over. Right? So that's a good way to do it. So this, at least, we're safe in the sense that we have 2 of them, but I should treat it like this guy's the only one. But like, you have to play at least as 2 of them if you're not winning a game. Right, so either you have to win at least one game, which is not a big deal, or you have to play as two and lose fucking both, which is a clown show. Swing a massive axe every 1.1 to rend foes in front of you for 650 damage. We haven't seen actually too many melee characters so far. Fire a mass calamity from your hand, additional 1, and an additional 1 for every stored charge, doing 250 per blast. A massive calamity, okay. Create a powerful funnel that absorbs enemy attacks to create calamity charges. Q. F is Shatterfall. That could be the name of a game. Leap into the air and smash down a vicious attack in an area in front of you, dealing 500 damage to enemies hit. Why do I feel like I've not seen this guy too many times? I'm sure I've seen him, but it was that one where we lost like 4-0 and got clowned. I think he was the tank in that one. Leap into the air and smash, one of the many times probably that's happened, but actually that's pretty rare. We've lost a lot of games, don't get me wrong, but you rarely get swept out, like the 4-0 in that one objective one. Leap into the air and smash down in a vicious attack in an area in front of you, dealing 500 damage to enemies hit. This game is actually pretty popular on Twitch, though. Like, it always has like 300 or 400 viewers, which is pretty good. I guess I wouldn't expect that. Leap into the air and smash down a vicious attack in an area in front of you, dealing 500 damage to enemies hit. Revive yourself after a short time and deal 20... So what, you're just supposed to set yourself up to die? Like, revive yourself after a short time and deal 2,600 enemies upon reviving. But then it would be only usable when you die, so I almost don't even want to bother with it, but you should just play like super aggressively is the point and not even worry about it. But yeah, I don't think I've bought a single one yet still because or maybe I did. I can't remember, because for the most part, I kept saying like, oh, if I do really well with one, then I'll, you know, like we play this guy the whole episode and then he's not free next time, so I'll buy him to continue, because that'd be the only way to do it, but we haven't had those really good streaks, so now it'll just be a backup. So the goal of the series would be to play every single one, but I don't think it's going to happen because just mathematically, I'm not going to have enough gold to do it. I could get lucky with the ones they give you free, but sometimes it's not that simple, so we need like at least to stall out a couple episodes with one of these guys, and so we'll see. So base melee attack, fire something, absorb something, leap. You are seemingly meant to play very aggressively with this guy. Like, none of your abilities are even, like, tank abilities, right? They're all, like... You don't have a shield, nothing... Well, I mean, I guess that kind of does, but it doesn't feel as defensive as a tank should be. Right? You let yourself die. You leap into there, do an attack. You're shooting shit at them. You're just hitting them. Like, there's nothing really that's going to help your team that much. Even that absorption thing only seems like it'll help you. Permafrost Nyx. At least they changed this one. It's always that clown with the music playing off their helmet that almost you mistake as the title screen music at times. Alright, so we gotta grab this dude. He does look pretty cool, so I was trying to make him last. Let's see if we get a proper roll queue kind of thing. Just give us a healer, please. It looks like the wolf guy is going to give us that. You have a damage, you have a flank. It's interesting how they separate those two roles even. So at least we're a properly customized team, properly formed team. And I even got made to eat my words last time. I said like, oh yeah, if, you know, now the other team is properly made too with the Fernando Clown guy. But basically, you're in a position where like, oh, we have a healer and a tank, but they don't. So then you should win every time, because then when we don't, then I use that as an excuse. But then we lost that one too when, you know, they didn't have a healer or something and we did have both roles. So that's almost inexcusable because they had like 2 tanks but no healer, and yet somehow they were still staying alive, which seems ridiculous. Yeah, both of these teams are at least taking it seriously enough to have proper roles. And of course, you can't change reduce damage you take below 20% while below 50%, by 20% below 50%. Increase your maximum health by 450, generate 60% power, increase your movement speed, reduce damage, reduce the movement speed. Okay, that seems fine. It follows very overrated horror movie. Speaking of Halloween time, it's very highly rated, but I didn't like it. Like, the core gimmick of it is cool. Like, you see it in the background and stuff. I like that idea, but like a lot, and you see it moving around, but nothing about the story or the characters or anything was interesting. Or that's why I hate horror stuff in general a lot of the time, is it's very like, you know, it's just about, oh, it's the creature and it's trying to kill you, and then at the end it doesn't kill you, or it kills some of you, and that's it. Like, there's no real character interest or story depth to it beyond that for the most part. Even when you think about some of the classics like Halloween and stuff, that's really still all it is. Like, You know, he's trying to kill. Like, they build it up pretty well. Donald Pleasance does a pretty good job and stuff, but how long can you really do that for, I wonder? Like, what am I really supposed to do there? I don't get it. How am I supposed to fucking deal with this? You're supposed to do the right click to pay that shit off. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay to lose this first point, I guess, but like, you have to have a lot of confidence in your healer. If that's not what a tank is supposed to do, to go like that, but who is even hitting me, dude? At least we give them 1 point and then we... Okay. Absorb this shit, shoot it back. How am I supposed to do this if like I'm practically dying without... You're gonna actually have to heal me if you want. Fucking stupid game, dude. Like, I could just go in there, but they're not interested. Maybe they know I'm a clown, so they're not gonna want to heal me, but still. Not gonna blame them because I'm grateful to even have a healer, period, but it's like... Not really sure. Like, at the very beginning, you could just tell, like, oh, I'm just supposed to go in there and just whack stuff with my thing, but I can't because I could barely even survive just being in the vicinity of them. This is cool and all, but... I don't really get how to... You can do this unless you're getting constant heals or something. Yeah, imagine if you didn't have a healer on this guy. You're even meant to play it in such a way that you'll end up dying. Like, and it's okay and just resurrect. So you're meant to be like a fucking face tank clown. I always like these melee focused characters in the thing, but I'll just go straight to the objective, and if I die, then it's not my fault. I guess I'm underestimating how good the Q is. Like, I don't consider it the same as some of the other shields that you see on some of the other characters that feel more like a dedicated, ongoing thing with a fixed value amount, but it is still pretty good. Okay, I'll just go straight for it. I'm not going to go off to the side or nothing. You know, how do I stay alive in this scenario? And the answer is I can't do it. I cannot stay alive. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck do I do? You need, like, a really good healer or something. I don't see how you can do this otherwise. Or maybe I'm line of sighting them. I don't know. Speaking of getting swept out, which rarely happens. I don't know what we're fucking supposed to do, man. Effective loss, so we can still come back somehow, but I don't know. That guy's almost dead. The guy maybe should play more aggressively, but I don't even see how you can do that. Like, you try to stay out there and you just die, so... Okay, so there goes one. We might actually have to buy one. We should at least have to win one, or there should be some other condition, because this game has been so generous with the free ones that it almost takes some of the pressure off. Like, you'll be able to play everybody even if you play badly. How long can you really do this for, anyway? That might be a good thing to do, but... I don't know. Almost feel like a Jedi type ability, like you're just absorbing and throwing the shit back at them. Obi-Wan versus Jango Fett colorized version here. It's always so badass because it's just a dude in a robe with a fucking lightsaber and nothing else. Okay, that was the clown show. I'm not going to say I played well, but it almost just didn't feel like I could do anything there. right? Like, you have to have the confidence to just go in there for a second and just re-queue. But what if you don't want to? Oh, they got rid of that home icon. So that was a little bit confusing. I did like that guy, but yeah, I was almost thinking, like, if you buy one, you should be able to revive it. But that scares to the point now because, well, you know, I wouldn't do that anyway, but also, you know, it'd be a waste because we have so many others to do it. So I could just buy one and just do it. I should buy a lot of the 15,000 ones, right? Those are 60, 60, 30, but I won't do it yet, right? I'll still say I have to play at least 2 characters maybe every time. That should be part of the role. Or I should have to win 1 game if I don't, or whatever. Just some low fucking standard. Maldamba. Yeah, let me recap again. We have 4 of those, 3 of those, 5 of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Let's try to make this guy last and fire a glob of venom from. And the peculiar thing about the healers in this game is they often only have like 1 healing ability. Fire a glob of venom from your cobra every 0.55 that deals 400. Reloading tosses your cobra, doing 200. Interesting mechanic there. You reload into an attack. Mending spirits, channel the spirits and enchant an ally your crosshair location, healing them for 85 every 0.25 for 4. That's not a very high amount though, 85. Cooldown is reduced by 1.75 if you miss. Toss a potent alchemic gourd that explodes on the ground, dealing 55. Healing allies for 65. These seem like really low value heals, though. Quickly slither forward, becoming untargetable for the duration. Dread Serpent, fire a dark vessel that explodes when it lands, letting all enemies close enough to flee in terror at its sight. Wait, so mainly we're going to be doing... do the right click and the Q. Don't worry about doing damage with them. At least you have 2 abilities, though, unlike what I was just saying. Healing them for 85 every 0.25 and healing them for 65 every 0.2. To toss the thing that's similar to one that the Ratchet and Clank guy had where you threw like the potion or whatever. And just right click is more active at your location. I mean, whatever, right? The point is this series was a failure similar to Overwatch, so I don't know what I'll do next. I'm almost thinking Smite as a gauntlet. But see, I shouldn't think about that because we should make the series still last a little bit longer. I'm just surprised. Like, I'm not even saying like, oh, I played that well or something. It's just more like, you would think these games would not be that hard. Sometimes it just feels like, what was I really supposed to do that game? You could be the best player of that character in the world. You would have probably still done a lot better, but I just didn't get it. Like, I just want to go in there and fucking face tank everything, but you couldn't survive for like 0.5 seconds. And yeah, see, like here now, we're not going to have a healer. We're going to have 2 tanks and fucking nobody gives a shit. I mean, obviously, I am the healer, but I just mean, like, that's what you'll get sometimes, where everybody will just, like, well, 5 DPS team. Whether we had that 4 DPS team with me as the 1 healer, and we almost still won, but that is a very odd thing to have to deal with. They don't have a healer, so we should win this 100%, but they have 2 tanks. Right, so if we lose this, I deserve to just fucking fail. Yeah, I could sort of cheese it in the sense that the series just goes on until I play every character because I'll wait for them to be free. So we still play every episode, but I'm going to put at least a certain amount of pressure. Like, we should have to at least win something, dude. Yeah, Aggro is kind of annoying. Ruckus was kind of fun, but that didn't last too long either. A lot of the champions in this game are very cool, although, you know, obviously we know what they're borrowing from. Heal for 60 every 1 second while healing an ally with mending spirits. Reduce the cooldown, reduce damage taken by 20%, so that's okay with me. For some reason, not to jinx it here, but I don't seem like as much of a target as a healer than I am even as a DPS. Like, I often get rushed down really hard when playing other classes, besides the tank, obviously, or even as a tank, like we just saw last game. But somehow as a healer, they don't focus on me as much, or a lot of healers have some sort of built-in thing, maybe that protects them a bit, but it's always the least fun thing about this genre of game in general. Is just like, you know, you'll go out and fight something, but then you'll be dead in like 0.5 seconds if they focus you. There's just nothing you can do about it. unless the healer is really good or something. Like, you could be playing pretty well too, but if all 5 people just focus you, right, and you're a non-tank character, you're just gonna get fucked. So who are we even healing here? Yeah, I did the thing. How do you even do this? I don't get what is happening. I thought... Or it's more like it's just about where you're placing it, right? Like, I'm doing it whenever it's up, but I don't understand. Or you gotta, like, stay on him with the cursor more actively. I'm not trying to do damage, right? I'd be more than content to just do this. That might be what I'm fucking up. Like, you're supposed to just keep your cursor on the dude. This guy's mechanics are pretty interesting, like how even the reload, I don't even care about doing damage. Even the reload is like, you know, is like a mechanic that actually does something for you. Yeah, I'm more than content to do this. This is the best kind of healer who's just so willing. I don't give a shit about doing damage. I don't give a shit about anything else. Just stay on this fucking dude. Keep him alive. Show him the value of a good healer. And I'm going to die here myself, but fucking stupid. I went towards them. See, now it's not my fault, though. At least I did my job at that stage. I'm not very good at, like, avoiding flanks and stuff like that. I'm just very tunnel vision sometimes, but... let's see, just hold it down for the time being. Have the awareness that the healer is dead. We might not get the second point here, but they are doing pretty well. Cut through here. For how far does this even go? It seems like I'm still getting him there somehow. Whatever, like, we're so close to getting him, but that was kind of a weird spot. Like, why is the tank so overextended like that? I know he's confident in my healing abilities, but what is that, dude? He was, like, behind them, so I'm going to find him, and then so you can, like, fear everybody with the E. It's always a big question here. Like, should I use the ult or not? Will it help us win the thing, or should I save it for the beginning of the next round? And I will use it, but it's like... didn't really seem like a good decision. Like, you'll get it again in no time at all, but... all I have to do is do the same thing like I did last time. Just where you stay on target and keep your cursor on them. That's maybe what confused me a little bit at the beginning. We're not going to win this one. I think that point is pretty clear, but... tank's not even anywhere to be found. The fact that takes you forward is not really very productive. Keep him alive, but I think my first death is what really derailed us a lot. You can't win now no matter what happens, so why does it even matter? Right, like they keep the clock going regardless. So push failed is okay. Let's just do the same thing at the beginning here. Yeah, I'm not gonna I could save others from death, but not myself, because when nobody else had died, and then I die, and then it all falls apart, kinda. But then the tank had pushed so far ahead, I don't even know how he got there. He was, like, behind them at the objective, right, the final objective, and they're in front of him. So what the fuck was he doing? Like, they're getting flanked by the tank. And so then I come in and die again because I'm not expecting that to be the situation, that they're, like, I'm running through the enemies to get to him. Yeah, this guy is very cool mechanically. The reload is interesting. The duality of some of your abilities to heal or do damage is cool. And then the whole cursor aspect is pretty interesting too. Or sometimes I don't hold it down, like, long enough, I guess. Now, you gotta actually go in the objective thing, though, no? Like, it's pretty worth it to do this, but... okay, we're getting hit by this dude over here. I get it. Just calm down. Fuck. We will die kind of at the same time there. That's all it takes, though. This first part can be this mode in general can be very punishing. Like, how quickly it just goes 100 to 0. We died kind of at the same time, so it's not even like the fact that I was under attack is what did it to me, per se. Go, go, go. Come on, we got it. I'm alive. Just gotta stop him from targeting me. That's the chick using her ult, the Pokemon wannabe. Calm the fuck down and just get the thing, dude. I'm too easy to kill here somehow. Like, when can you do that in Overwatch? Become a fucking dragon and just spray down. I mean, there are some pretty cool ults too, but that's what this game sort of did, is let's just take the whole ideas of it and make it like super fun and in some ways over the top. But 84%, let's just see. Heal this dude. Very willing healer that I am. You can even do it like seemingly through the walls, right? Like, it doesn't seem to actually matter that way. Or maybe it just looks like that because somehow I'd rather not attack too. I don't know if you can even do both at once in that way, but what we have to do is get a second point, right? Because you're never going to get anywhere otherwise. What? I'm literally fucking jamming the heal on him and it doesn't do anything. Kill the fucking tank while he's under threat from that, dude. We're just wait for our own tank. We have 2 minutes to do it, but this is where it always falls apart. You're just not able to actually do anything. These are like, you know, this is like a druid in WoW or something, like a healing over time character who's none of your heals do a lot at once, but they are good gradual things. Like, I can't keep him alive. I just can't do it. I don't know what else I can do there. So we're just kind of hard stuck here. Wouldn't we still win, though, if we get 1 point every time? But we shouldn't let it come down to that. Somehow it's just not really working for me. Like, how is that guy that far ahead? He's actually playing it. Fuck. He's actually knows how to flank, but I don't know if I should do it with him. 1 minute left. I think it's very unlikely. He's actually doing pretty well, though, but he's bringing along the payload despite being against 4 people somehow. We're having trouble keeping the tank actually alive here, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm on him the whole time. Or it's his fault for not standing in the potion thing, but he goes so far ahead, and then it causes us all kinds of trouble, too. I'm doing it, dude. Come on, push, push. All we need is this other point, but it's not going to happen, or get into, like, the overtime phase of it a bit. Keep doing this shit. Where'd he go? He's dead. Kill these clowns, too. This Lex guy is pretty good. Fuck. So fucking close, dude. You at least get it in the overtime period. I could have maybe used my ult at least. Now we'll try to use it at the beginning. But then again, we always win the... Oh, shit. You do have it, though. At least you would win the first one guaranteed, but we're kind of been doing that anyway, not to jinx it, and everybody's dead. Fuck. Very hard to win that second point, so let's just not fuck up the beginning. I do have the ult in case. You know what's weird is a lot of time when I use my ult, it actually makes me do worse because I get maybe distracted by it, or like we end up losing. Like that was that 4 DPS 1 healer moment. Like we actually were coming back and about to win maybe, and then I use my ult and get distracted, and then I die, and then we end up losing. If I had just not used the ult, obviously there's a way to use it better in moderation too, but I just kind of tunnel vision on it, and then it ends up fucking me up. Yeah, this has been a good playthrough, but whether we do well or not with one of these guys, we still have to decide what we're going to do next. I'm happy to have brought back my Gauntlet format at least, but this has been a little bit too forgiving of a series, I guess is the way to put it. Okay, come on. Just tank. Do what you've been doing. You're doing it right. I can't even tell if that's what it's doing. Like, as you're actively doing it, maybe I'm imagining fucking... Okay, so Imani got me pretty well there, but look at this guy go all nuts on us. He's playing it very smart for the objective. I did have my ult there, and maybe I should have used it. That would have made even the dragon play in fear, I guess. Get out of there, heal the guy. 50%, 81%. Don't let them get the point here. Don't let them do it. Kill the fucking clown. How hard is it to do? I can't tell if that's the potion doing it or if it's the act of this thing doing it. I actually don't even know, now that I think about it, how the right click works. I should test it. Like, what is... It seems to do it as more like a one-time sort of thing. Again, we might win still. I forget how that works as far as... It seems like you're supposed to just put your cursor on them or something, but maybe I'm missing out opportunities to attack, I guess, is the point. Now, you already know you're not going to get the last point, because that's just how this works. You can't do it. It's literally impossible to do. Put the Q down is going to heal me too. I can fucking move around the battlefield like a clown too. How about that shit? How are you hitting me there, man? He's like literally clipping through the wall. What is this, Valorant? So yeah, again, we'll get the fourth point maybe at the beginning of next time, but it doesn't mean... That almost seems cheese, right? That's like exploiting the same way. Oh yeah, like we get the payload across and then the next team in the other mode, and then you don't have time because, you know, you don't have time because the other team, whoever does it first, gets more time. So you might have been guaranteed to succeed, but it won't matter because you just... Fuck, I'm actively healing him as he's dying there. Okay, we have the little polymorph thing. I don't know if a minute would be good enough to do this, but... I almost have to test this ability. I don't fully understand it. Like, whenever it happens, I'm doing it, but... Maybe not the greatest ult. The person behind there is pretty close to dying. But of course, as usual, nobody will focus on them. Then I have to fucking do it. Kill the tank. Nobody will finish them off. We don't have enough time. This is why this whole thing is fruitless. You're not going to win. 30 seconds is not enough to do this, dude. It could be that I'm using the right click totally wrong and just imagining how it works, but... Okay, we can still get the fourth point the other way at the beginning. I'll have to reread it and consider after the fact. Once you do it once, then the healing is just done, right? The act of holding it on them doesn't do anything. This Lex guy is gonna fucking single-handedly win us the game, too. Kill him, dude. Oh shit, maybe I was wrong too because of the overtime consideration. Oh shit, this Imani is pretty crazy with the thing. Which failed. He's right there though. Fucking. Okay, we can still get this one here. Yeah, this Imani has been pretty vicious with the dragon ult. It's pretty good. Definitely one of my favorite characters. I like that Vora chick too. And again, I'm even saying that in the context of, oh yeah, they copied some of these abilities from other characters or from Overwatch characters directly, but whatever. I wouldn't say it's better than Overwatch. Obviously, the originality factor of Overwatch gets some credit because it's at least more original. Obviously, TF2, you know, oh, Overwatch copied that. But when you look at them, obviously, a lot of the heroes are vastly different and there's way more. And so, clearly, it deserves a lot of credit there. I don't really understand how this came out in 2016, though. Even if you say, oh, they copied Overwatch, but how could they have? Because Overwatch came out in 2016, so what does that even mean? Like, Like, I don't want to get distracted by attacking, though. I just want to spam heal this dude the whole fucking time. Okay, dude. If we lose here, that would be very sad because we've been winning the first thing every single time. Just hold it down. Our whole team is wiped. It can be very hard to, if you die at different times and spawn in at different times, then everybody just rushes in, right? I do have my little polymorph thing. That's a bad spot to even do the potion thing, but it's okay. I just have to find a spot to put myself that's actually going to be a little bit better here as far as the not getting flanked and found by everybody all the time. Did you actually just win like that? Because even that is the sort of thing I would complain about. Like, oh, of course they're winning the first round every time, but they're just kind of cheating us. Where'd that clown go? Overtime. It should give them a chance to defend, but no, you can literally win by default. They're just win at the beginning again. They have an equal chance to win at the beginning too, right? So it's completely fair. It's just somehow we're more organized there, whereas in the middle you get kind of bogged down a bit. Ripened Gourd. Let me read this ability once more. I guess what I haven't done in this playthrough the way I would do in Overwatch is I could go in a little tutorial thing like with the training dummies and just test the abilities. I haven't done that here, which is clearly the reason why I've done so badly, but channel the spirits and an ally at your crosshair location. The cooldown of this ability is reduced if you miss, but I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Does that mean channeled, like, even in the course of that whole game that even we won, I still don't know how it works. You hit right click and it does it, and then it channels it. But channeling means that you have to hold it on them, but I can't tell. Channel the spirits is confusing how it's written. Like, at your crosshair location, healing them. If you miss, it seems like a one-time thing that you're just doing, but it's still better for me to tunnel vision and play like such a willing healer because, you know, we'll end up doing better there. So at least I satisfy the win condition and we satisfy the two champion conditions. So let's try to make this dude last. I'll test it maybe in the little spawning area, I guess. So the queue is pretty clear. 25 unit radius, standing inside the radius, so you got to keep, you know, trying to push forward with that one. Slither is fine, 54 units. The ult is okay. You didn't use it too great, but it was fine. Channel the spirits to enchant an ally across her location. Cooldown of this ability is reduced if you fail to hit an ally. Fire a glob of venom in an arc every 0.55. Or it's possible maybe I was just missing them altogether. Activate an event pass, team booster. I don't need all that shit, dude. I don't even have the event thing, do I? Because you'd have to pay for it. Yeah, it's like, hooray, you unlock the ability to pay for something to unlock stuff. Like, once you level up to a certain point or something. Look at how the text is cut off there at the bottom. This Caspian dude is like a Kingdom Hearts wannabe character. Right, just as the aesthetic and everything. Your gourd no longer damages enemies, but it heals twice as much. So I do like that. Ripen gourd. Generate ultimate. Increase projectile. Reduce cooldown. Increase movement speed while in the gourd. Standing in the gourd grants you lifesteal. Okay, that's good. I mean, we are just healer focused the whole time. So the right click is there. Now, the act of doing this, I can't really tell if... I still can't tell. The way it says channel makes it seem like you have to keep your crosshair on them the whole time, but that just must be in my imagination. It's possible I was just missing them some of the time when I thought, like, why isn't he healing them for enough? At least this guy's a big target, though. We got Tyra Banks over here. We got, whatever, this dude, Androxus. I think is one of them that I haven't actually still played. One of the few here. And desecrated in my poor performance. Okay, so where is this dude going to be at? You got to put that up there. You got to put this on him. Oh my god. What the fuck? Very easy to take me out when you actually focus on me, but nobody does that. This guy's skin is pretty cool, actually. Let's get back in there fast. Who is alive? Nobody's alive. Fuck. Trying to heal fucking Tyra Banks over here. Yeah, that's what you should be going by with the sound, is just you're not actually... I feel bad for this tank, though, because he does seem to have trouble staying alive, like as we saw from even just my recent experience over here. I think I do just keep missing that fucking one. $85. It doesn't feel like that great of a heal, to all things considered. We are making it through a little bit. This thing is pretty good. Why are we pushing them so far out, though? Don't do that. We snaked our way back to a sneaky sort of win. So the Q is the main thing you got to do. I don't even care if I'm not attacking as much as I should. Like, I'm at least acknowledging my tunnel vision tendency, so I'm okay with just doing it, you know. Where's he at? Where's he at? Do that. Sun doesn't really bother me much. Go there. You got to keep assuming where he's going to be going, and then I get fucked. I should have done the F. Everybody is as unaware as me. Like, we're getting flanked so casually. We can kind of cheese them the same way, where we'll never get a second point, but we can always win the first one, but it doesn't mean that we actually will. Dude, they flanked me the first time, and that bothered me so much, but... Okay, get out of there for a second and just chill. What? Did I miss both of them? You don't have to hit it, though. It's supposed to just hit it in the general vicinity. Like, if it hits the wall behind them, it'll still count. That's a pretty costly death there. You always get the first point, and then everybody clowns up, including myself, obviously. Everybody's alive, except for the tank. Get out of there, dude. It's impossible. I don't know what's happening, but you're never going to win in a minute, in a mere minute's point of time. What the fuck? As long as we keep winning the first one, it's fine. But see, this guy can at least rest easy because he's either not getting killed at, well, I guess he did, the tank. But at least he has a dedicated proper healer who's putting forth a genuine effort, not to completely bash the other guy, but... We got Tyra Banks on the case here. Fuck, I missed and hit the top part instead, though. Fucking... That guy drops like a rock, though. He's like the buck guy, almost. Or no, he did it on purpose just to revive him, dumbass. Kill the tank, do what you gotta do. Good heals, good heals. Oh shit, the guy's actually pretty good though. He knows when to like push forward even when he's about to die. Or he has faith in me as a good healer. I'm at least a willing healer. I won't even say good, but like, that's all I care about, right? I don't care about doing damage on this guy. I don't care about trying to play a hybrid thing. Kill the stupid clowns with the ult. Are we going to get it in time is the big question. Or see, you'll end up inadvertently doing it on somebody that you don't mean to. Right, your little heal. Push failed still, despite all that, despite the ult. Tank sacrificing his life and coming back to life like our Lord Jesus. And that's still not enough to fucking win the second point. Holy shit. So that was okay, but it's hard to win the second point in a row. And so we'll just kind of deal with it. I don't know how well I'm really using the ult. It seemed like you could just hit them in the general vicinity with it and it would work, but then the time before I did it, it like went past them and through them and didn't work. So you gotta understand, this is not only my first time playing the game, but I'm not, you know, this is like one of my first times playing the character, so I don't really know how anything works, but... Do the Q. Okay, he's getting out of there. Put himself in a little bit of a weird spot. I think I missed the heal there, which could cost us the whole fucking game now. Or sometimes at the beginning it can be hard, but why does our bar look more purple than blue? Right, maybe just at the beginning. It is supposed to be blue, I thought. Just that sliver looks so purple. Okay, so we can still make it back. We can still come back. But where is this guy going, man? Where does he go? Where does he go? Okay, that one's kind of my fault. We just kind of dropped like a rock there. We'll still get the second point if we just stop them from, you know, doing this. Doing the second one. So it's okay. It'll be 2-2. Right, overtime is still there. At least I'm trying to delay the objective a little bit just by going in there, even if it doesn't seem like the best idea. Okay, so don't let them get the second point, even if we keep seeing how hard it can be. A bad start though, where we have nobody alive. The point is, it's very easy to kill me, and I get it, but where is everybody? Oh my god. Oh my god. I was even saying how it's not that big of a deal as a healer to stay alive, or somehow I've been fortunate not being the target as much, but tank is doing pretty good. Gotta stay on target here. It shouldn't be that hard to stop them, as we can see is usually the case with this. Right, slowly backpedaling it. So if you got it back to where it was, does that mean you would get a point? Well, you're gonna get a point anyway if you just don't let them whatever. Oh my god, dude. I don't know how they're so good at killing me like that. Guy is actually pretty good though. Certainly staying alive better than I was. Not like this, dude. I was even saying how hard it is to push that, but you do what you can, dude. I can't do anything. Use my ult, but I think I just missed everybody. Tank is here, good. Fucking everybody just drops, man. Jesus Christ. 29 seconds, we should still be able to stop it, but this has been a pretty disastrous round here. Right, we don't want to try to overcome a 3-1 deficit like we're the fucking 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers or somebody. I don't know what a better example to think of is than that, but do that. I'm just too easy of a target. Like, they're taking me off like it's nothing. Okay, so he stayed alive long enough. It seems very hard for this tank to stay alive, period. Like, just somehow. Don't tell me they're gonna actually do it. That'd be insane. We're all dead, so they actually will do it. We lose. Are you serious? Yeah, like, they're right there, so. Whatever, dude. I'm obviously not playing aggressively enough in the way that maybe you should, but I'm still satisfied if the guy doesn't die. But this tank seems weird. Like, he just doesn't have enough to keep him alive. He obviously is meant to be more aggressive and do more damage and stuff, but he's not really much of a tank in the sense of, you know, having a big shield that protects everybody else. He can protect himself with that little dinky absorption thing, but even that is meant to be more aggressive because you know, throw it back at them like a Jedi tank in Star Wars. Like, you can kind of tank, but that's not the way it's meant to be. Or like a fucking Death Knight where you're using like a two-handed weapon to try to do it. Where does he go? And then how do I fucking die so easily is the big question. Oh, that Q got kind of bounced all around, though. Okay, this is all you got to do. This is all you got to do. This clown is going to be all on my dumbass. Now he can't do anything because I'm about to die myself. Fucking so good at taking me off and stuff, dude. Because I did my part. You're at 81%, but now we'll lose. Watch. They'll come back and we'll still lose, and I don't care, dude. How does this always happen? But I always say the first point is the easiest to get, too. Which clearly we saw last time. Go, go, go. I'm just dead. Like, you can't do it like that. Maybe he somehow still will, so I should have just stayed alive for a bit longer. I just suspect that I'm going to survive for some amount of time, but it's impossible. Tank is still there, though, so the overtime should still be going on. Like, I'm technically still there. I was there. Fucking alright, so those are the two characters. Whatever, dude. We're just milking the free stuff. I like that guy too, but I had the like placebo effect in the first game where I thought, oh, holding the cursor above them would be, you know, they're trying to discourage people from not re-queuing, like you know, by getting rid of the home button, I guess. So, or the border here seems to be almost bugging out. I don't know what that is. So who do we have left? I'm not going to buy anybody this time, so ring 3. This kind of gives you an idea of how many games we won with each, but not really, because like I said, even Amani, I didn't win that many games, but she's a higher mastery level than the rest, so that's not the best way to really interpret how good the streaks have been. So that was not really too impressive, but at least we won one game. That's something to celebrate about. Yeah, that tank was very confusing, which is the same one like we just saw there. Not that it's surprising, I guess, because he's free, so it's to be expected. I don't know what the 2 means there still. Yeah, I do have like a very tunnel vision style of play, so like with that guy, you know, I still liked how he was doing it, but then it's still not enough. And obviously that tank was kind of crazy. Yeah, that AoE thing was pretty good. And this one was a little bit confusing. I guess I kept missing it, though. Or yeah, that's almost how a lot of abilities don't work like that. Like, you can't miss with them. Either you know, you do it or it just doesn't do anything. But here it actually does punish you. So I'd probably miss with that a lot. You could hear the little sound for it, too. We just have to hope some of these come up as free. And we've already had them, you know, some of them do that. It's just, you know, we didn't, like, speed run it so fast that we'd be able to do that. Or maybe I could buy one, but it wouldn't be a 60k one if I did it. It'd be like her. But then, see, I'd feel stupid if next time one of those is free. I should always do it when I feel like I have to. So we still had a pretty good thing in terms of having 2 characters to play as at least. But it would be very mathematically unfeasible to play all of these because some of them are going to simply be too expensive. So I just have to hope and pray that we get some of them offered. Yeah, I liked her. I actually liked him more than I thought, given how much I clowned him for his appearance. Willow was pretty fun. I do like the healers a lot, but you know, I always say tank is my favorite role, but the only reason why healers wouldn't be is because you just fucking die so quickly. Right, and even as the tank, even if you do die, like that guy did seem like just a magnet for damage, like... You know, even this guy was dying on him all the time, even with me healing him. He's clearly meant to be a more aggressive tank for whatever it's worth. Like, which tank did I like the most? Fernando was pretty good. I liked this guy, but it didn't last, obviously, too long. This guy's kind of okay, but I find him kind of annoying, actually, the way he, you know, roams around Wrecking Ball wannabe. This guy I couldn't really get a good read on in that short experience. This guy I almost don't even remember exactly how he works. In general, tanks are pretty fun, but... Or, like, they're kind of my style, at least. Okay, see you tomorrow.